Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this YIYEIE digital torque adapter. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So this has 5 units, plus or minus 2% high accuracy, 30 preset modes, 500 stored values. So let's get this open. So it looks like we have a little case here. Here we have a manual and a calibration certificate. So there's the calibration certificate. Here's the manual. Let's take a quick look at it. Now I'm not going to cover everything in here. You want to read through it on your own. So here we have some notes. This talks about the different parts. We have an LCD display and buttons. This shows the different parts of the display and the different functions of the buttons. So to power this on, you press the C button. To shut it down, you hold down the C button for 3 seconds. Now this will turn off after 2 minutes of inactivity. So these are the 5 units. You have Newton meters, foot pounds, foot inches, kilograms per centimeter, and kilograms per meter. So this has a peak mode and a track mode. So peak mode will show the peak force that's been applied. With track mode, it will just show the current force. So you can press the up or down buttons to change the torque value. You can also store the value. It says press M to store the value. So when it's stored, it will show MEM1, MEM2 for each of the stores. So this also does clockwise and counterclockwise. You can check stored values. You can delete. This talks about deleting. Here we have some more notes. Oh, and actually this is just another language. Okay, so let's pull this out. So this is the torque adapter. It's made of plastic and then it has metal on the socket part. We have a screen here. It looks like it has a little protector on there, but I'm going to just leave that on. Now there's screws in the back and it comes with a screwdriver. I'm guessing that's to change the batteries. Let's see if there's a battery in it. No. So we'll need to put the batteries in it, and it does come with 2 AAA batteries. So I'll get this unscrewed. So I'll pull the back off. I'll insert the batteries. And I'll put the back on. So this is for 1/2 inch drive, but it comes with adapters for 3/8 and 1/4 inch drive. I'm going to go ahead and peel the plastic off here. So let's turn this on. I'll press the C. It's turned on. I'm going to turn my light off here. That's very bright. So we can see the display here. Let's try some of the different settings. So we have U for units. So we're currently on foot pounds, but we can change between the different settings. But I do want foot pounds. Let's set the mode. We'll press PT. So that goes between peak and track. Let's just go to track. So let's press up or down to change the value. So for my car, I want to set this to 88.5. So I'll just hold the button down here. Oops. Okay, I'm on my value I want. I can press M to store that. Now it goes to the second preset. Now I can hit PT and I can go back to the one I just stored. So let's try this out. And let's set another preset to something really low, actually. So I'm going to go to the second preset and I'll just do that. 7.5. So I'm going to hook this into my breaker bar. And I have a ratchet here. This is a 5/8 inch socket. And let's just apply some torque here. That does not work. Let me try it. I think it fits on this extension. Okay, so I'm going to apply a little torque here. And I'm actually going to torque something with this, but I want to display it on my bench here where I have good view. So as I move on this, I'm wrenching this with my other hand. We can see that display change. Now let's get up to near 7 if I can. So you can see the colors changed as I got up near the torque. So that's obviously not a traditional way to use a torque wrench, but it's a good way to show the display here. So this can be used with a ratchet or a breaker bar or a T-handle. There's lots of different things you can use this with, but I'll probably use it with maybe the breaker bar or a large ratchet. So I switched this back to my first memory on the 88.5. Let's head out to my car and let's try torquing some wheels with this. So I'll hold down C to turn it off and we'll head out. Okay, so I'm out here at my car and I have a ratchet here with a 19mm socket. So I'll put the torque adapter on there and I can turn it on. And I'll position it to torque these lug nuts. Now depending on how tight your lug nuts are, this could rotate out of the way, but it does have the beep also. Now I can see this, but I'm going to adjust it so the camera can see it a little better. Okay, so I got that torqued. Now I'll get a more close-up view. Now I torqued this and then this one, but you really should go in a star pattern. So we're currently on track mode. Let's switch to the peak mode. So we can see here we overshot it a little bit and we got to 90.6. There I got closer at 88.9. So when it hits the blue, you want to be ready to stop pushing. So that's a YIYEIE digital torque adapter. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but it was on the inspection certificate that the torque range on this is 7.5 to 150 foot-pounds. So that makes it very ideal for automotive applications, but this could also be used for motorcycles, even some bicycle tasks. I like how compact this is. When it's in the case, it doesn't take up a lot of room. So if you have a tool set you like to carry around in your car or truck, you can add this to your tool set and use this with your existing half-inch drive tools to add torque capabilities. That way you don't have to carry a whole separate torque wrench. A torque adapter like this would be great for an RV. I don't want to load my RV up with a lot of weight, so this would not take up a lot of room or space. It's nice that this also comes with the adapters for 3/8 and quarter. So if you do want to work on something like a motorcycle, or often work on battery and solar electrical terminals, and those have smaller sizes. So I could use something like this 3/8 inch adapter with this to torque down battery terminals. If you work on a lot of similar vehicles like I do, you can set your presets in here so you don't have to switch them each time. So I rotate the tires on my cars on a regular basis. So I have the torque set here for my car wheels, and I can just dial that in and I'm ready to go. So once you get the torque set, it's very easy to use. You hook up your ratchet and your socket and you just tighten it like normal, and then you stop it when it hits the appropriate value when it starts beeping and changes color. I like that it has both, so if you're working in a loud environment you can look at the color, otherwise you can listen to the beeps. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.